Right, I'm going to lift this tank. Now there's two, I forgot my ratchet. You've got two screws at the back, two bolts, and obviously one in each side at the front. And to get to the front ones, there's a like little black covers. They're a better design than what's on the old one. So just take them off. I've already took that side off. I'll just stick this up here out of the way. So the back ones, these two here, although they are a hex head bolt, they're also a Torx in the middle, and it's easier to get to them with the Torx, and it's a Torx 40. I mean, you can get on with a spanner, a socket, but there's a black, chuck the ratchet on the floor, there's a black like plastic thing here, and it sort of just gets in the way. Now the front ones are, they're exactly the same. You can use the 40 Torx 40 bit, but because they're easier to get at, just use 1/2 inch socket. So I'll just take these off. And as you maybe just heard or even seen, I dropped the bolt. Which I've now got. I'll just stick that down there out of the way. Now, I've just moved the handlebars just a little bit, just so I can get in at it. So, the only downside to this is my tank's full. So I'm hoping there's something tight on there. What I'll do is I'll lift the back first and I'm just going to put like spacers underneath. So I need to find something decent. In fact, a roll of duct tape I'll do for the back, I think. Perfect. Now I'm not wanting to take the tank off. I just want to be able to get up to the plug lead to the front, because the rear cylinder plug lead, you can just get it straight off as is. And I just want to be able to get to the clip. There's a clip up under this bit here, and I just want to be able to get to that. I'm hoping that I'll be able to do it. But I need to find something to chock the front edge up that's sturdy. I don't mean sturdy, that's the wrong word, stable, so it's not just sort of rocking about. So I'll knock you off for a minute while I find something to put under the front of this tank, and then I'll come back. Right, as you can see, the tank's up. I've got it sat on a lump of wood at the front, and I've got it on that duct tape at the back end. The good thing about these newer ones is there isn't a crossover pipe to worry about, so you can actually lift the tank right. I'm going to just zoom out a little bit. You can actually lift the tank right up and move it back slightly and not have to worry about the crossover pipe catching, you know what I mean? I was going to do something this then and it's just gone completely out of my head. Oh, what I also did was what I should have done before I even lifted the tank is I disconnected the fuel line. Just a case of, like on any other fuel injected, you just push the little sleeve up and then pull the bottom out. But it's enabled me now. I'll lift you down in a minute and show you underneath here, because a good thing on this is you can actually see all the pipe work going in for the twin cooling, for the water cooling around the exhaust valves. So I'll show you that. But as I say, I can get to the clips now. The only downside I noticed, which I'll take you off and show you now, I'll just get my torch first. On the last one of these I did, where I had the tank, well, I actually had the tank off. You've got a clip here. That's for your just to clip your front. Well, the last one I did had two of them on, but this one, it's actually cable tied. It's not a proper clip. Well, it's a clip, but I don't know what the crack is with it. So I'll have to have a good look at that one. But yeah, that's your pipes going in for your water cooling for each head. Another one just over the back there, you can just see it. So you've got your pipes running down that go down to your radiators. But one good thing, while I've got this head off, I don't know how well this will show up, but these frigging heads are filthy like. I don't think it's ever been cleaned under there. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if that's corroded. Oh no. But while the tank's up and out of the way, obviously I'll do it off camera, but I'll get in and give them a clean. But at the minute, what I'm going to do, I'll also show you here. There's your rear plug lead, which is going round through that little bit of a loop thing there, whatever that is, and they just plug in there at the back. So your rear cylinders, that one there. So just unplug that, bring it up round there. Actually, that one's in a clip as well. See, that's clipped in, if you can see it. Yeah, that one's clipped in, the same. And that's got another one of them weird fasteners there. And see, the last one I didn't have that. Something else I'll look at as well is about trying to get that, because that looks as if it's been sitting on that head. So there'll be some fucking heat getting into that. So what I'll do is I'm going to knock you off for a minute. As I say, I've just got to sat up on that block there, which has got the front up out of the way. Yeah, I'll knock you off for a minute. I'll get this lot sorted out, as in what the crack is with this front clip, and then I'll come back. That clip thing is like it's like a solid cable tie that your clip pushes into the hole in the frame, and then you've got that's the bit I've just took off. That was just in there, so I just clipped that bit and then basically just pulled it through. But what I can do, or what you can do, if you've got the same thing, is just snip the end off, and it leaves you with the hole going right through. So I bet I haven't got a frigging cable tie close by. I haven't. But what you can do is you can put the clip back in, shove a cable tie through it, and then just fasten the cable tie up as normal and just snip the end off. So you've still got your clip there and it's still cable tied on. So yeah, as I say, the last one I worked on didn't have them. It had them other type of clips where you just pushed the lead in behind it. So I was quite surprised to see them. Now I don't know if they're a standard feature and whoever had the other one that I did changed them over, I don't know. But easy sorted. Right, we're back soon. Girlfriend come out then, tell us she was making us some dinner. Yeah, so the clip I can reuse with another cable tie. Where's my torch gone? So the one that was in here, if I snip that one as well, which funnily enough is also on the front cylinder. Just give him the clippies. Go on, you dick. That's it. So I can just pull that out now. I still don't know what that is. I'll take that off in a minute and show you it. But the plug lead for the front, because I've just undone the clips, that can just come off now. And the back one, sorry, the rear cylinder, that's only got one clip on it altogether, and that's one of them like the other one on there. So I'll just unplug that while I'm at it. So that's the rear plug lead off. And what I've got in here, I haven't a clue what it is. That was wrapped around the plug lead. I haven't a clue. Obviously it won't be going back on. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll get in, I'll push that cable tie through on that clip, which will allow us to just pull that straight through. So there's the bit I snipped off, which I've just dropped. Same again, go in and clip the bit off that was connected to the block, and I'll be able to do the same thing on that as what I was on with on this one, where I can just use another cable tie. Before I take these plugs out, I'm just going to give these heads, the rocker covers, a clean. So I'll give them a quick clean now off camera, and then I'll come back and we'll change these plugs and obviously put the new plug leads in. Right, back soon. Right, cleaned the rocker covers off. I'll come down here soon and you can see that. Doesn't take 5 minutes. In fact, that's probably how long it took, 5 minutes. You know, if ever you've got your tank off, clean it, might as well. I'm all for looking after a bike and keeping it sort of tidy-ish. You don't have to have it immaculate. In fact, there's one thing, there was a thing on Facebook What did it say exactly? My bike's dirty because I ride it. No, your bike's dirty because you're a fucking lazy bastard. You know, if you want to have a dirty bike, that's up to you, but I ride my bikes, but I still try and keep on top of them, keep them clean. Anyways, I digress. I've cleaned the fucking rocker covers anyways. So what I'm going to do, if I can figure out where I've just put the fucking socket. Oh, it's there right in front of me. So, 5/8 spark plug socket. I'm going to just whip these spark plugs out. Tell you what I'm just going to quickly do before I actually get that plug out. It's either a bit of corrosion around the thing or there's a bit of dirt in there. Just a little bit of dust in there, so I'll just blow that out. The plug's not all the way, so I'm not going to be blowing stuff in. You know, it is absolutely hooring the heavens down out there. It is proper torrential. Just going to get a plug out, a new plug. Now these plugs, I think it's the same. 6R12 is what I've just took out. And 6R12 is what I've got. But one thing it does say, adjust the plug gap according to your manual. The majority of them are between 0.38 and 0.43, like 0.043. But between the gauges, that's a 0.32. So this gap here, with the feeler gauges there, I've got a 10 and a 3.2. And that just slips in. I don't think I'd get the 4.3 in. So they're pretty much okay. Bear in mind what I've said in previous videos about this bike, it's meant to have just been serviced. So that was 0.42, which was very, very slack. Let's have a look what we've got here. Right, this is 0.52, still going in, so where's my fucking 3.2 gone? There. Oh, loosen the thing up a bit, that's better. I had the thing on the end too tight, I could hardly fucking move them. Right, so, what have we got here? 3, 2 and... no, that's 30, where the fuck's 3, 2 gone? Oh, it's underneath you daft fucking idiot. Right, so what we've got here is 0.62 and that's still going in. So the fucking gap was massively too big on the old plugs. So I'll take the other one out. Okay, that gap's even bigger in that one. Right, so we'll get the other plug out. Just check these. So, find the 10. Right, so that's on 0.42, 0.042, is it? Yeah, 0.042. The one. 0.042. So they're fine. Always check them. Don't just assume straight out of the box that they're right. If they've been getting rattled about, they can be pressing the end in and closing the gap up. So, we're just at that stage where they're sort of really too slack for the ratchet, but they're just too tight for turning with your fingers. And there is a torque setting for these, 16 point something to these to like 24.4 or something like that. What I used to do is just tighten them up, sort of just nip them up, slacken them off, and then tighten them till they're just sort of nipped up, and then give them half a turn. But what I'm going to do here is I've just got that on like 16.5 Newton meters. What it'll be doing, it'll be there. It'll just be squashing the washer. And then I'll turn it up to 24. And that, oh, just wind that off. Get rid of these boxes. That lump of rubber, I still have not got the slightest idea what that was for. Get rid of these plug leads. And get rid of these old fucking spark plugs. Gee, I can't believe it. You know, well, I should believe it with what else I've found, but considering it was meant to have just been serviced, oh, I obviously moved my bin. Right, I'm going to put these new spark plug leads on. What I might do is I might try and get you in a different position. I'll knock you off, I'll try and get you in a better position. I won't be long. Right, I'll try not to kick the camera because I'm right next to it. I'm going to put these new plug leads on. In the box. Fucking hell, that rain's unreal. Right, a little thing of grease comes with these. So I'll just put a little bit. I'll find where the split is in it. Just smear a little bit round the edge of the hole, not a massive amount, just a tiny little bit. Just helps the lead go on easier. So I'll start with this back. I'll try and get some light into here. I'll bear in mind I can't really see that camera very well, but yeah, it's lit it up a little bit. So, plug the rear cylinder in first. And that's gone all the way in. And there goes the torch. So I'll bring that up and actually fit it on. So that's on. And I'll just put some greasing this front one. These are just, for those who don't know, just a set of these. Now I wouldn't be putting these on. The only reason I'm putting these on is because I found them. I didn't realise I had them. I know what I bought them for. As soon as I saw them I remembered. But I'd bought them to go on one of my brother's bikes, but he sold it before they turned up. So I might as well use them on mine. Just put a bit of grease in the ends. Just round the edges of the rubber, just to make them slip in easier. So I'll feed this one in, and you can actually feel them click into place and sort of make a, for lack of a better term, a handbrake noise, like it clicks in, so you know it's gone into place. So just turn them in such a way that they're facing the right way. Feed that one up over the top of that. And that's that one on. So what I need to do now is the rear one, clip that into its original clip, pull that down a touch. And I'm going to pull that one right forward. That'll be the one that gets the... I won't pull it too forward actually. I need to be able to... What I want to do is bring that one up here, and I'll just loosely cable tie the two together. What I don't like is the original clip has it up there. Mind if I put that one down now, I might be able to get... What I'm trying to do is do this so that the spark plug cable, lead, whatever you want to call it, isn't resting on top of the rocker box, which the original one was. So I think what I'll do first is I'll get this one in this clip first, just to sort of, because I can pull it about where I need to have it. I can cable tie it onto there, and then just loosely cable tie the two, not tight together, but just to stop it going that way. It's in its clip there, and I've still got the room to cable tie it onto the... Just pull that back through a touch. I've still got the room up there to cable tie it on. Give it a bit of slack. So if I start at that end first, go through the original, in fact I'll go the other way. I'm just putting a cable tie around here at the minute. This is through that clip I showed you earlier. So that's cable tied back in place on its original clip, but just with a new cable tie. If I then sort of reach it, fucking torch, it's never where I want it. I don't know how much of this you're going to see because I keep sticking my head in the way, I think. But if I shove that through the hole in the Torch is completely in the wrong place now, I can't see sod all. Right, so I'll get this cable tied together, but I won't pull it tight. Because then I can position and if I was to put that tight there, they're thick enough to hold the cells up. I might even just come in with a drill and just right up the top edge of this leg shield, heat shield thing, just put a tiny little hole in the top of it and just actually cable tie this plug lead to the edge of it. As I say, just loosely, not like rive it tight, just so it hods it and it can't drop onto the top of the rocker box then. So that means that I can pull that one tight. Wild snips and snip the end off it. So yeah, if I just put a little hole in there, I should be able to get in there with the wild drill. Where's my drill? Probably like the rest of my stuff fucking buried. It's handy. Drill it a bit on the big side, right? Just change this out. Now I'm hoping I can get in here with this. Pull this plug off out the way. Right, just right in the top of there. I'm blocking your view now, but one back on, and then pull that across, and I should, what's the torque on now? So, yeah. Find the hole I've just drilled. It is keep go to that end. Pull that up to the edge of it, and that I'll lift you off in a sec and give you a better look. Just cut that. And the fact that I've drilled a hole in the top of that's not going to make a shite difference to anything, but it does give me the ideal place to, I'm just going to take you off this tripod, to clamp that Right, so there's the new leads in, as you can see up on the clips. I've brought that one up. Where am I at? There. And just cable tied it to the top there, and it just keeps it up off the top of the rocker box, because as I say the original was on the rocker box, and then it just follows up, loops round onto that's where the other cable tie went on, and down. So that's the new plug leads on. So what I'll do is I'll knock you off, I'll get you set up in a different spot again, and we'll get the tank back on. Right, so it's straightforward enough this. Just lift the front of the tank, it'll try and fall over one way, chuck that block on the floor, lift the back up and then just pull it forward, get that duct tape out from underneath. As you can see, the back of the tank's stuck up in the air. Because what I did when I moved you before is I actually tilted the bars to one side so I could get the camera in at a better angle. So now that I've got double check that it's not catching on anything. I'm just checking underneath here where I've just pushed that new plug lead up. I don't want it to be catching the inside of this tank. So now the next bit, I've figured out where I've put it. Is to oh, it's over there. Is to put the tank back together. Bolt the tank back on basically. Plastic. Right. So it's catching now. Lining up at the front. There's something just slightly catching. It's just holding the back of the tank this way. So, even though I checked with my fingers, let's just make sure that it's definitely not catching on there. On that spark plug lead. No. Okay. Wasn't actually catching on anything. Just didn't want to line up to start with, so I'll lift it up and bring it back down again. You don't want these tight yet, you want your front mounts on before you tighten these up. So as I say, it's still what you also need to do, something I did on this side when I was cleaning the rocker covers, is I took the heat shield off that leg heat shield thing, same as that one. I took it off on this side so I could get into the back of the rocker cover properly. So I've got that to put back on. Just 2 bolts that have that on. But what I've got to do now is just it's there. Find the front mounting. So that's that side in. Oh yeah, bastard. Just knocked my knee to bits. Just sort some wire in. Another thing I'm going to do on here, which I'll show you, it's got one of these, you can see that, back off brake light signal module. What it does is it makes your backlight flash on and off, like flash. My fucking battery's going to go again. Right, I'm going to knock you off. Yeah, as I was saying, I'm going to take that thing off. The back end of this thing's fucking lit up like Blackpool illuminations. You know, if you only had a single little backlight, yeah, make it flash so it grabs your attention. But honestly, if anyone's following me and they don't see this thing light up when I press my fucking brake lights, I'm fucked anyways, because they're not going to fucking see the bike full stop. But my girlfriend behind us, or should I say my fiancée, because she gave me a bollocking before for calling me a girlfriend, she actually pulled us over. Well, she didn't pull us over. When we pulled up, she says, "Something wrong with your brake light?" I says, "Oh, I don't know why. Obviously I can't see it while I'm riding it." And she says, "Oh, it keeps flickering on and off." She says, it's weird, it's as if it's like got a loose connection or something. Anyways, she had to go on this, I don't know if I've mentioned it, she had to go on this, and I was on the trike following her, and she braked, and I seen exactly what she meant. And I thought, well, yeah, it's got one of them in it, but honestly, it doesn't need one of them. The amount of lights that's on the back of this thing when it fucking brakes, you know, as I say, if that doesn't grab your attention, a fucking little flashing red light, because it only works on the little, like the little red light in the middle. And I thought, you know, as I say, all the lights that's on the back of this thing that come on when I press the brake pedal, if they don't see that, they're not going to fucking see a little light in the middle blinking on and off. But anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. I need to get this tank done. I'm just going to knock you off. I'll go around, get the other side on, and then I'll come back and we'll get it all tightened up. Right, won't be long. Right, got the other side on the front. I'll torque up. Have I got the wrong fucking thing on there? No. Right, it's anywhere from 15 to 20 foot-pounds or 20 to 27 newton meters. I usually just take it to 25 newton meters. So just tighten your tank down. They're just 1/2 inch bolts front and rear, but they're also Torx 40, as you saw when I took it off. And the only reason I used the socket to tighten them up is it's a slim socket. Normal socket of this size, it catches on this plastic and it's a fucking arse to get it in. So I would have used the Torx, but because this is a thin one, it goes in okay. So I'll just tighten these front ones up. Same setting. Right, and I'll grab one of their little rubber caps. I'll just turn the bars. I'll try and show you this. So the little rubber cap that goes over just slides over the tang that sticks out the front of the tank. You have to just lift the end slightly as you're pushing it on and it just clips over the... So I'll try and do this with one hand. Right, so there's the bracket off the front of the tank. So you just offer it up. And that's it on. And it's much neater. I think that's it on. No, it's not. It is now. I hadn't got the bottom on properly. And it's a much neater cover than what's on. Well, I'll be able to show you actually. Just spin around. It's a much neater cover than what's on the original older Electra Glide, where it's just like a hole. It's a cover that goes over, and then you've got to try and not catch it when you. And that isn't even on properly. But yeah, the newer system's definitely a better setup. Right, so I'll knock you off again. I'll get the other side cover on, and then we'll get on to the next bit.